thermometry, a kind of measurement in which we measure temperature, and we take the help of thermometers. But it's not always thermometer that we use for measuring temperature. You see, if you want to define temperature, it's not a microscopic concept. Temperature is purely macro, that's larger, macroscopic concept. Temperature is a scalar quantity. It is one of the 7 fundamental quantities, and its SI unit is going to be Kelvin. Other units also you are aware, but Kelvin, that is the SI unit of temperature. Now, how to define temperature? Suppose one very small child is there, age is only few months, and one aged person, bulky one. Suppose you bring them in contact. Now, internal energy, this big man is having, suppose, 400 calorie, and this small child having the internal energy only 40 calorie. Now, could you suggest to me what is the direction of flow of heat? You can't. If you are guessing that it should be from this 400 calorie to 40, you are mistaken, because the temperature will decide the heat flow. It is not the quantity of heat that will decide the flow of heat, it is the temperature. As in the case of fluids or liquids, you see, the flow always depends on the level, on the pressure. You could say gases always flow from higher to lower pressure. You can say liquids flow from higher to lower level, or even there also you could say liquid flows from higher pressure to lower pressure. Similarly, here also you have to remember that temperature is the quantity that always decides the flow of heat. Always you will find that heat flows from higher to lower temperature. If you notice that there is no flow of heat between two objects, it is certain that both the bodies are at the same temperature. Now, for measuring temperature, we would classify basically in 3 parts. One is very high and the other is very low. For very high temperature production or measurement, we use the term pyro. The physics which deals with high temperature measurement or production, that's normally termed as pyro. Pyro stands for higher temperature, like pyrometer. And similarly, when you talk about low temperature production or measurement, you use the term cryo, C-R-Y. Oh, this is cryo. It refers to low temperature, very low temperature. You mean when I am using the term low, it means simply very, very low. So that is very common to us, below than that. So this is cryo for very low, pyro for very high. For measuring the temperature of sun, we will use pyrometer. For measuring the temperature of very low freezing points and all that, we use cryogenics. This is also a question that might appear in the examination. What is cryogenics? Cryogenics is the branch of physics in which we deal with the production or measurement of low temperature, very low temperature. You see different layers of sun have been represented here with their temperatures. The inner core is very hot. Fusion takes place. We'll study in nuclear physics the process of fusion and fission. In fusion, when two smaller nuclei collide, very high temperature is produced. Fusion reactors are based on the same principle. Inside the sun, fusion process continues. As we go away from the inner core, the temperature goes on reducing. So this becomes, in our solar system, the highest temperature that is naturally obtained is that of the inner core of the sun, that is of the order of 10 to the power 7. But in practice in the labs, especially in reactors, we have been able to attain the temperature up to the limit of 10 to the power 8 Kelvin. Likewise, we can produce very low temperature also.